I'm just going to start. Good morning. This is Mike Pelosi. It's June 23rd. We are just wrapping up the monthly Heritage Crossroads Byway Organization leadership meeting. And we've got Preston Zepp and we've got Commissioner David Sullivan here. And we're going to do just a quick tour of the Holden House, which is the home of the Historical Society also. And across the street, what you see is the Flagler County Courthouse, the historic Flagler County Courthouse. Now a Christian school. And I'm going to use the camera and I'm going to introduce Preston. And Preston's going to give us a little bit of a talk as we move through the property. All yours, Preston.
I'm Preston Zepp, Flagler County Historic Society. This is the Holden House. It was built in 1918 as a wedding present for Tom and Ethel Holden, who were the first pharmacists in Bunnell.
Thank you.
Everything has been, this is pretty much all original.
And it
is
is
on the National Register of Historic Places.
The National Register of Historic Places. Okay. We'll follow you, Preston.
Even the front door is original.
Even the front door is original. Okay, here we are in the living room, it looks like.
It's the living room. All the woodwork you see is from Bunnell. We had 11 sawmills here, so I can't tell you which one it was, but it's all yellow heart pine.
I'm just going to scan around.
Okay.
Stairs upstairs.
Stairs goes to the bedroom.
Perfect.
Bedrooms.
This looks like the music room or
This is the
something.
music room. Ethel and Tom were both into music. Their daughters really learned how to play music in here.
Fantastic.
This is the sunroom.
Whoops. Whoops.
You see the sunburst
wow.
on the floor?
Yeah.
Ethel Holden actually sat on the floor and painted this to remind her of the Flagler County sunrises.
Oh my goodness.
This was covered when they were doing some updates on the house. They pulled, I think it was carpet. They pulled that up and this was underneath.
That's incredible. And so it's got some sort of a lacquer over the top to protect it now?
They did put a lacquer on it. It's almost like a poly coat.
And so when do you think that was painted, Preston? 20s, 30s?
1920s.
1920s. Amazing. Amazing. I love these bookshelf over here too.
Those are actually barrister cabinets. It's for medical books or for doctor's books.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I can tell you all about these cutting boards.
Tell us about
That's
those
all
cutting
from
boards.
Flagler County. It's oak, walnut, and cypress, and I know because I made them. We have
Excellent.
lanterns down there too.
And some lanterns?
Those are all made out of oak and pine that I cut out at Hewitt Sawmill.
That looks like something my wife would love to put on our front porch.
I've got two about that tall on the front porch.
And is this, so this is the original siding?
It's probably cypress siding. I'm not digging the paint off,
Yeah.
but it looks like cypress, which was very common down here. It doesn't rot.
It doesn't rot.
Bugs don't like it.
Yeah, I've got that same siding on my house too. I don't know mine was cypress though, because the bugs seem to like it. Fantastic. Okay,
All right.
carry on.
Some of the sheet music here is original to the house. I think this might be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
To tell you the truth.
Love it. The old turn around here, and the old organ. Oops.
It's a pump organ.
What does that
It's
mean?
got billows inside of it.
Oh, look at that.
I'm afraid to touch it because I don't know anything about it.
Collapse.
But you got to
And
pump
it's not-
these,
It's probably where some,
and then you have to pull all these out. I am not a musician.
That's okay. I love it.
I can build you
Okay.
some sawdust. I can't play music. We'll go upstairs for you.
Perfect. We'll follow you.
I don't know why this is still carpeted. Underneath the carpet is
Is it
the
the
pine.
same? Is it the same wood? So all these banisters are
All of this
original.
was made here in Bunnell.
Okay.
Everybody loves the closets here for some reason. I don't know what the fascination is, but all the hardware is original.
Wow. Wow, look at that. That's a closet. That's more closet than I've got in my entire house.
Yeah. But I think what everybody likes about them is it's a little less than 6 foot tall.
Oh, that's interesting. And do you have the keys to all those locks?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
This was Tom and Ethel's bedroom.
Interesting. Looks like it's all the same wood.
They have sun porch.
I'm just going to walk over to the window a little bit. Sun porch. Are these quilts?
Some of them are from Flagler County families, the old families here.
Okay.
There was at least one that did belong to the Holdens. I couldn't tell you which one it is.
Okay. I love that old rocking chair in the corner too.
Mm-hmm. Light rocker.
Wow.
This was all the closet space they had.
Yeah, that looks like my closet at home.
Nowadays, some of them have a closet this size just for shoes. But this was the entire.
Just having closets.
Just having closets.
Right.
I love
Usually
that
it's
old.
just a big cabinet shifter type
Yeah,
thing.
I love that clock too.
I would love to restore that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Is that like you think that's a wind?
It's a crank clock.
Yeah.
All the gearing. It should have a face in front of that.
Okay. Sweet.
We do have Tom and Ethel's pharmacy certificates, and their daughter became a pharmacist.
Oh, interesting. Can you, and I know it's outside and we need to go back, I understand that there's a whole bunch of colored glass that's embedded in something
It's right across here.
right across there on the outside.
Yes, sir. I'll show you when we go back out. You notice this closet's a little taller.
I noticed
Still.
that.
This one's a little taller.
But just having a closet.
I know.
This house was a little ahead of its time with
Yeah.
some of the stuff. Actually did have indoor plumbing.
Indoor plumbing.
Indoor plumbing.
Sweet.
The tile and the tub are original. The toilet is not.
Okay.
The sink, I believe, is original too. But how you see this is the only bathroom that was in the house. They added on sometime in the 60s another bathroom downstairs.
Okay. And so what we're seeing here is the way this house was built, really.
This is
Just
how it is. This was another bedroom for one of the daughters. It's now our pioneer room. Usually there's a lot more stuff in here. Very tiny closet.
Your old typewriter too. My kids would love that. Pioneers of Bunnell. Pioneers of Bunnell. That's kind of interesting.
You'll notice some common names.
Yeah.
Blakely's.
Yeah.
These are the original Bunnell.
Look at that. Look at that little closet. That's a shrimp of a closet.
It's for
That's
a
like
child.
just barely 5 foot tall, isn't it? That's amazing. Custom built for a
Custom
child.
built.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Then we've got the little girl's room.
Oh,
With
sweet.
a tall closet.
With a tall
So,
closet. It's whatever size wood they had is what they used.
Basically,
This is a tiny room. I love this old
it
scale.
was a bedroom.
I love that old carriage too. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Obviously, the carpet wasn't original to the 1918 house.
Sure. I see there was an attic there. Have you been up in the attic?
I've been up in the attic. It's all yellow pine structure across there, and there's nothing up there.
That's not where Bill Ryan's buried gold treasure is, up in the
I
attic.
went and looked for that up there. and
Okay,
that
we
was
looked
in
for that
it.
early on. Okay.
You know, the treasure is about 6 foot down in muck, and the guy that found it originally got sunk into the muck,
Really?
and he made a deal with God that if you get me out of this, I will never look for this treasure again. When they pulled him out, he was down a few hours with a diving bell helmet. They got him out. He went home and burned all of his records.
No kidding. Wow.
Nobody knows exactly. Bill might know where it is, but Nobody really knows exactly where that spot is.
That's incredible.
There's just barrels of gold dust.
Bill might know, and he's not telling.
Nope.
I saw him driving a more expensive car the other day, so maybe he's cashed in a little bit. Okay, so we've got, so here's Tom and Ethel. Perfect. That would be Tom.
Yes, sir.
There's Ethel.
That's Ethel.
Love it.
The daughters came back here and they've got it on video on the Historic Society's Facebook or website.
Uh-huh.
The daughters talking about growing up here.
Really? And are the Holdens buried here in town?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right.
I never thought to ask about where Tom and Ethel finally buried.
All right.
I don't know where
There's
this
no
clock
ghosts
came
in
from.
this building, are there? Do
Oh,
you run into any
absolutely.
ghosts?
Absolutely.
Seriously? Fantastic.
Old house, gotta have a ghost.
Got to have a ghost. All right.
Speaking of ghost, this is a coffin. It's actually a coffin clock.
Really, that's what they call
That's the shape
it. It's
of it.
beautiful.
It is
Man, the
gorgeous.
wood on that is just
It's
wonderful.
rosewood.
Carved.
It's rosewood. Wow.
It's all hand carved. I don't know why it's not running. Usually it's running, you can hear the thing.
Yeah.
When it goes off, you can hear it in the back bedroom.
Okay, in this dining room, I guess.
Dining room.
I love the chandelier.
All the woodwork's still original. We haven't replaced anything.
It's amazing how hard the work was.
It is.
And the floor.
It really has to be oiled.
Yeah.
Some of it's really drying now.
Preston, so I see this room at least has folding doors. Were they more for show, or did the folks use them? And did you use them to keep the fireplaces?
You don't really have to have much heat down here, but there
Yeah.
is times. Close that off and you'd be surprised how warm it keeps that room.
Yeah.
And it's a formal thing. If you're gonna have a formal dining, they were business people, they were medical people.
Mm-hmm.
And if they had to do something in here, they wanted private, they just close the doors.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay.
Probably had curtains on it.
Yeah.
There's some nail holes up here, so it might have had.
Yeah. What beautiful wood. Okay.
Has a butler's pass through.
I love it.
Some of the paperwork that the Holdens had.
Interesting. Okay, into the kitchen.
We were in the kitchen. Again, it has a butler's pantry.
Love it.
At the beginning, they probably had a fridge like this, icebox fridge.
Uh-huh.
A huge block of ice in there, and this one radiated to the side instead of cold radiating down.
So that's the deal where you always see the movies with the guy on the horse that's delivering ice to all the refrigerators. That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
My grandfather had to walk 5 miles with a block of ice.
Really?
Every day he didn't have a car.
That's a challenge in the middle of August too down here.
But
Beautiful.
This is all original. This was Ethel's sewing room. The light doesn't work, so I can't get you.
That's okay.
We're going to have to do some wiring.
We got some mood lighting in here.
It did empty out onto the sun porch where the big sunburst is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This was her sewing room. She could close it up to keep the kids out,
Mm-hmm.
have some privacy, some time by herself.
I love
It
it.
had all the features of the big mansions, but they were. This was like a well-to-do couple in town.
Yeah.
But they weren't the millionaires. But
Yep.
they had all the nice
But they had
things.
all the niceties.
And so this was kind of advanced. If I can
Yeah.
take you out and show you some houses that were built after this that
Uh-huh.
are just pure cracker houses. I mean,
Wow.
And Princess Place has a house out there, of course, that really shows that it was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And with what was there.
Fantastic, Preston.
we have displays of different types of kitchen utensils. This stove obviously isn't, and the refrigerator
Yeah.
isn't.
They actually used
These cabinet tops are original to 1918. These
Oh,
are probably
wow.
1950.
Okay.
Why it's mismatched and they didn't complete it off,
Yeah.
you'd have to ask them.
The original countertops. So I assume they had some sort of a well for well water back in the day.
They did.
And okay.
But Bunnell, I think in the early 1920s, had a water system through here.
Okay.
They had a power generator that
Oh,
we
wow.
have the blueprints for, the original
For downtown.
setup for
Wow.
downtown.
Cool.
And they ran, this is probably one of the first houses to have electricity, just because the generator was out that way somewhere, and it's almost in line.
Amazing. Okay.
This is the bathroom that was added sometime in the 60s.
Okay. That looks like a 60s bathroom.
You picture
Let's
Lucy and Desi in there.
Lucy and Desi.
And I'm gonna shovel off.
Okay, and we're gonna wrap this up, I think, too. What,
Yeah.
Preston? What is this? Is this an iron?
It is an iron, it's a press iron.
Press iron.
Yep, it's called a mangler. It's called a mangler because if you got caught up in that, it would tear your arm off. But this was cutting edge, way to
Yeah.
keep clothes pressed.
And it's a Frigidaire.
And it's a Frigidaire.
So how old do you think that is, Preston?
1940s.
Wow, incredible. Okay,
I want to take it home and restore it, but
you got a whole lot of projects on your list.
Yeah. It's-
Guys, we'll wrap this tour up right now. Thank you to Historical Society and James Fisk, Preston, Ed, Commissioner Sullivan. We have Karen Ford that's joined us very quickly. And this is a tour of the Holden House. Thank you all. Have a great day.
I watched
All
the
right,
video.
I'll go.